What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today in this video we're going to talk about 9 mega cap stocks in this video. But before we get started, please hit that thumbs up button. That is greatly appreciated and that really helps out with YouTube algorithm. And if you want to support the channel and get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, 3 days of live trading in my Discord, definitely check out the Patreon. I'll leave a link down below in the description. And if you are new to this channel, consider subscribing. And now let's get right into it, guys. So as you guys saw all those pictures at the beginning of this video, from my thumbnails, I've been calling this move out for a long time. I'm not making this up. I'm not watching something else, simply following the price action where other people are calling for a crash, massive correction. It's not happening. And today, I talked about it before, guys. Tesla going all the way up to 300. And another one in the book, Tesla going all the way up to 295.26, also closing at 293.34, up another 1% on the day. And I think early as tomorrow, before they release their earnings, Tesla can hit exactly 300. And if this thing right here can break 300, guys, with some good earnings, and Elon Musk is really good at cooking. He can cook up the numbers. I don't know how the numbers will look. The delivery numbers were really great, but Elon Musk is really good at cooking and pumping the stock up, because at some point, end of the year, he's going to sell some shares. And we all know that. So watch out for a big mega move on the mega stock Tesla above 300, and that is possible with some good earnings tomorrow. Now, with bad earnings, bad guidance, yes, we could see a drop down to possibly 269.48, rising white line 20 SMA. This thing is too far away from this gap right now. Unless something significantly changes with the earnings, then we could see a drop down to 262 to 264 right here to close this gap down here. As of right now, it's looking strong and bullish. And soon as the stock breaks 300, and that is why I'm holding those calls that I got really low, 400 strike. And I think by end of the year, even with bad earnings, by end of the year, Tesla can go up to 400. So that is crazy to think that, just a few months ago, people didn't want to believe that Tesla can hit 300, and now we're at 300, and also a lot of people are chasing, running around and trying to buy at this level. Now, the advice I can give you, especially for new investors, do not chase anything. Yes, Tesla can go up to 400. Would I be buying here if I'm not in here on Tesla? No, definitely not. I'm not touching this stock. I'm not buying. I had one runner on Tesla and I sold out today before the earnings. But those calls that I got, even if this thing drops $100, I'll still be green on my position. And the shares, same thing. So, I got a lot of room here to play with Tesla. I got in really low, and that is why I'm holding. I'm up almost 100% on my shares. And now, if you look at it, Tesla just needs to break 300. And if that happens, guys, like I said, by end of 2023, we could see Tesla going up to 400 and possibly going up to a new all-time high. Now, on a pullback tomorrow, if there is one, then watch out for the support down here, 283, rising blue line 5 SMA, and then the support at 276, orange line 13 SMA, and then white line 20 SMA down here at 269.48, a critical support on Tesla. To the upside, blue sky, nothing above 300. We could see a massive run on Tesla, just like we saw on Apple, Nvda, Meta. So on Apple stock, we got a flat day, not doing much here. Apple stock is holding above the gap, 191.18, and now trading close to 194. Now Apple here, guys, also could be hitting a new all-time high and possibly breaking out to 200. So watch out. Apple should be on your watch list. Apple stock can stay above this gap, 191.18 and 190. Definitely Apple hitting a new all-time high, and that means what? Going above 194.48 and possibly moving all the way up to 200. So watch out here on Apple stock. as a critical support, the gap down below 191.18 and then 190. Apple breaks under 190, then we could see some more downside, possibly down to 186 to 183. On Amazon, stock is down 0.5%, and Amazon, I played today buying the dip right here exactly close to this gap. But if you look at my screen, it's not fully closed. 131.26. Amazon stock coming down to 131.36. And I bought the dip, and then this thing went back up, sold out for a nice profit, and now it's just holding under blue line 5 SMA right here, 133.23. So Amazon stock needs to break 133.23, and if that happens, we're going to see a push back up to 138. Below 133.23, we could see Amazon coming down and closing this gap fully right here, 131.26, and that would be a support level to watch also. And if that gives up, we also have support around 130, rising white line 20 SMA, and then all the way down here, lower Bollinger Band 124.48. On Google, stock is down 0.78%. Now, we talked about it yesterday in my video that Google here might be coming down and retesting this breakout and possibly closing at least this gap down here at 121. And if you look at my screen, exactly down to the support today, 123, went back up, and now again holding above 123 to 124 as a support, because we have blue line 5 SMA sitting at 123.86. So anything above 123, that is bullish on Google stock, and this gap not getting closed anytime soon. Now Google can bounce off of this level right here. The next stop 126.54 and then 130. Below 123, watch out for this support down here. White line 20 SMA 121.51, and then the gap below 121, and then we also have another gap down here at 118.23 on Google. On Meta, it's up 0.46%. Now if you look at it, guys, this thing also getting extremely overbought on the weekly chart. Nvda, another one, extremely overbought, but guess what? Who cares? Big money, smart money, not ready to sell yet. They pushing the stocks higher and everything just going to the moon. Now retail, again, I'm telling you guys that chasing at this level, it's a very dangerous game. If you're doing that, you're playing with fire. So right now, the market is almost at extreme. You want to wait. The biggest position you can have right now is whole bunch of cash sitting on the side, waiting for that big pullback, the dip that you want, and then you can buy something. If you're just chasing, yes, you can day trade, but look at that insanity on Meta. Again, came down to 307.62. But look at this closing, guys. Above blue line 5 SMA, now raising and going all the way up to almost 311 and closing above that level. And that means what? This thing will continue to rise all the way up to 316, and already Bollinger Band sitting above 316, upper Bollinger Band. So that means what? A push above 316, this thing can push even higher. We have earnings next week, and this thing can blast through that resistance right here at 316. And if that happens, guys, easily 330 to even a new fresh all-time high, just like Microsoft, Nvda, we could see on Meta. And this is probably the craziest V-shaped recovery in the market on Meta, from $88 just a couple months ago, not even a year, and this thing going all the way up to now 316. So that is why you want to buy when things are low. You get a pullback. You do not want to chase anything in the market. As a support tomorrow, 311 on Meta, blue line 5 SMA, and if that gives up, all the way down here at 300. To the upside, all Meta needs to do, even with this overbought condition, break 316, and this thing can move even higher all the way up to 330. On Microsoft, it's up 4%, and look at this insane move. And this is another one that I called before, that watch out for a move all the way up to 355 even last night. And with that catalyst that came out today, this thing blasted through that resistance right here. Not only this one, that previous all-time high, this thing took out 355, and then we saw a massive pump all the way up to 366.78, a fresh new all-time high. So now Microsoft also getting extremely overbought at this minute. If you look at it, guys, upper Bollinger Band sitting at 351 and the stock itself trading at almost 360. So tomorrow there is no guarantee, but I think we could see a pullback at least down to 355, and who knows, maybe even down to 351.67. And below that we also have support down here 346 at strong support on Microsoft. To the upside above 355, the next target on Microsoft 380. And also I think what's happening on Microsoft market cap, right? 2.67 trillion. So it wants to compete with Apple. It's gonna be $3 trillion market cap at some point. I just don't know when that is going to happen, and I think that is the route Microsoft taking, and this thing will be hitting at $3 trillion market cap very soon. So watch out here on Microsoft, possibly a pullback, and that's gonna create some opportunities. But if you're going long, definitely this is not at a buy zone right now. On AMD, stock is down 0.33%, and again in my Discord I called it out for you guys once again that AMD dip buy right here. And if you did that live today, you made money on AMD, because after hitting 115, 116, this thing ran back up to 118. So that was a decent amount of money if you took it right here. And if you look at this candle right here, you can see the dip buyers were ready to buy the dip. We got a long wick here on this candle on bottom, and we pretty much got nothing on top. So AMD definitely looking good, but not quite out of the woods yet. Above 118, this thing can run all the way up to 125 to 126, and then 130. To the downside, we do have support down here 116.54, and if that gives up, also have support down here at 114.55, and then 112.77, rising red line 50 SMA. So Nvidia stock is up again over 2% and almost hitting another fresh new all-time high today. High for the day, almost 479, and then we saw a bit of a pullback at the end. And why? I mean, look at this insane move. Upper Bollinger Band was sitting at 468, and the stock itself was trading at 479, and that is why we saw that pullback. But also another thing to point out, guys, I mean, look at this blue line 5 SMA working like a magnet. Once again, where was the pullback? 458 right here, 457 low for the day, holding above rising blue line 5 SMA, and again going all the way up to 479. Now if you look at it, only time if this thing breaks under 458.61, that is when we're going to see a flush all the way down to 450, and the next stop down here to this gap 439.35. To the upside again above 458.61, this blue line 5 SMA, this thing can stay overbought and run all the way up to a new fresh all-time high, and that would be 485, and the next stop 500. On Netflix is up over 5%, and not to toot my own horn, I called it last night and even before that breakout that 450 breaks, guys, that will take Netflix all the way up to 500. And look at this insane move today, 478.15, a new 52-week high on Netflix, and looks like we could be going all the way up to 500. Now, is that a guarantee? No, because why? The stock itself getting extremely overbought. Look at this. Upper Bollinger Band sitting at 464. So I think this pump before the earnings kind of suspicious, you know. So just be careful if you're playing earnings. I don't see too much of an upside from here, but yes, 500 still possible from here. But at some point we're going to see that pullback, and that pullback can bring Netflix down to this upper Bollinger Band now, 464, and below that watch out for a move back down to 450, and that would be breaking out above 450 and now coming back and retesting 450 as a support. Now with earnings, nobody can tell you exactly what's going to happen with earnings, and especially tomorrow you'll find out on Netflix. With some good earnings, good guidance, this thing can stay overbought and we could see 500 on Netflix. But it's kind of suspicious how the stock is running right now before the earnings. So if there is a pullback tomorrow, watch out for the support 464 right here, and then 450, and below that we also have support rising 13 SMA on this daily chart 444, and then white line 20 SMA 437. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching.